Welcome back. We are in the trap. The homie brought this hat through. Shout out to him. Mondays and Tuesdays, but it's Sunday. That's just the name of the podcast or the talk show, I like to call it, because we wasn't open on Monday or Tuesday for the longest.
Right.
And then I was like, I'm gonna get in there on Mondays and Tuesdays, and I'm gonna start handling. And then so after that happened, I was like, that's what I should name the show, Mondays and Tuesdays. It's kind of like a random name, but yeah.
Can't do that.
We back. Probably like some people, it's probably like 5 people out there wondering like, where are the episodes? we working on it, you feel me? We ain't giving up. Got cash on the productions, you already know what time it is. And I just want to give a major shout out to Dustin Dolan. Major shout out to everybody watching, everybody that's commenting, subscribing. We at 1K subscribers now. I still gonna do that giveaway. I'm gonna figure it out, you know what I'm saying? And we got the homie Hongry Angry in here.
Oh man.
We got the homie George in here. Irish Skateboards. Yeah, we about to get into it. I got a lot of questions, brother.
I can't wait.
Where did Hongry Angry come from?
Oh man. So I used to train at this like MMA gym back in the late 90s.
Word.
And when I would go straight from work to training, they'd be like, dude, you need to eat some food, man. Like I'm like a different dude, like low blood sugar, all pissed off.
Yeah.
And like, I guess hangry wasn't a word back then.
For sure.
So they're like,
hungry,
angry, and it stuck. But I'm really a kind person. I'm not really.
I know, like you pulled up and was like, hey, what's up? I'm like, this dude is not hungry angry. But I just remember we was working on either Bob's or Town Park, and now it's popping up. Like that name kept popping up, and I was like, all right, for sure.
Don't get me wrong, I'll mix some shit up, but like,
Word.
Yeah, I'll try to be kind about it. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, dog. Where did this MMA? I didn't even know you did. Do you still fuck with MMA?
Not really, since I moved to California. Like,
okay.
My best friend in life, shout out to Matt Santos, MMA Academy, still trains to this day. He's badass, like jiu-jitsu practitioner, and so it was just kind of like when you're homies with folks like that, it's just easy to train. It was free, so I just did that for like 6 years every day, and also skated.
Tight.
So yeah, and it's just kind of like a background thing I always had.
That's rad. Yeah. That's endurance and like.
It's just like skating, man. Almost everything in life is kind of when you skate.
Yeah.
But it was.
All right, Kodak, go lay down.
It was.
Knock it off.
I know, dude. Sorry, I love dogs. It's my own fault.
Yeah, but we're trying to conduct an interview right now, brother.
You chill. But yeah, I remember like I was at the time I was roommates with Donnie Barley, and I'd be like, dude, you should come train, man. You'd be good at it. And he did for a minute, and he was good at it. Like that skate mentality will get you through stuff like that.
Before you was in California, where were you at? Like,
I'm from Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Yeah.
I'm bad with geography. That's in between New York and.
It's like in New England. It's a coastal state. It's kind of like east of Massachusetts and Connecticut, and east of New York. Yeah, it's a rad city. Like Providence is the capital. That's where I kind of grew up. There's should we read
lay down in here. Go lay down somewhere. Playing games with you, boy.
Right.
Rhode Island.
Yeah, Providence.
It's
got like RISD, you know what that is? Rhode Island School of Design. It's like a big design school.
What is it?
Rhode Island School of Design. They call it RISD.
Oh, nuh-uh.
Yeah.
You went there too?
No, but that's like, so it's got that school. It's got Brown University. So like a lot of people come from all over the world to Providence, this little city in New England. And there's skaters from there and shit. Like Eric Pupecki's from there. I don't know if you know that dude.
I know that name.
Yeah,
I never met him before. Same with like Donnie Barley. I know about the Barley grind, you know what I mean?
Totally. He's from Connecticut. Brian Anderson's from Connecticut. You know, that little part of New England, just a lot of rippers. Jim Greco's from that area. I keep listening to skaters, but you know.
No, for sure. To me, I'm always down to hear this stuff though, because I grew up out here.
Yeah.
1A cards, that was like my introduction. I mean, whatever I could catch up on YouTube and stuff like that, whenever I would hear Jake. That's why I like, anybody asking my favorite skater, I'm like, Phil Shaw. But that's
sick.
Jake put that into my head. I didn't know,
totally.
I've never heard, you know what I mean? Like he was already had transitioned by the time I started paying attention to skating. But then once I caught on to that, I'm like, yeah, this dude is
it's the truth though, right?
You feel me? Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
Like Theo Hand had a photo of Phil in cards, but I thought the photo that I bought was cards. Because I was like, oh, that's cards at the back to the city, like jump ramp, blah, blah, whatever. And then I opened the thing up and I was like, wait, this is Phil.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, just shows like the dude's style was just impeccable.
Totally, yeah. It's the truth. That shit conveyed over, like, you know, some areas have their heroes, but like Phil Shaw, man, that's everyone's hero.
Shaw, that's what's up. That's what's up, yeah.
Like, even on the East Coast, like, I grew up, you know, I'm 49, so I grew up skating in like the early to mid 80s was like when
49?
I started. Yeah. And like, dude, man, like
I mean, I'm saying that you don't look that at all.
You know, I don't feel it, and it's like skating helps with that, you know, staying healthy. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Staying creative.
We're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like kind of, because you make some sick ass boards, and we can just talk. I want to talk about the art show you just did too, but I'm just thinking I didn't know that nucleus of Rhode Island that was cultivating that much skate, because that's where your love for skateboarding.
Yeah, and it was like I grew up in the late 80s skating with no skate parks. They had to build mini ramps or like dead end road little skate parks, like out of junk.
I think about that all the time because I'm like, dude, I got the luxury to go to Petrel Skate Park and go down the hill and figure it out versus like
having to make your own.
Yeah.
But you still do it. You know?
For sure. Yeah. For sure. And I'm glad that I got in on that. But when you're just learning on big clunky boards, going off curb cuts, and then the people who are learning it then turn to start innovating it to where it's like, now we have to build big skate parks because like that's the velocity that fools is going at is just way too fast.
I mean, if you look at the history of how like skate parks were being built for us, like I guess 70s, 80s, and then they just disappeared. It took like skaters like Monk and Red to be like, you know, the Burnside crew to be like, we're gonna build our own the way we want it, and now that's how it's done, you know. So
yeah, and I'm like, you get in on all of that because when I even heard about your nickname, we're building, you know.
Yeah.
And like that's a part of skateboarding. Yeah, it all kind of comes back to skateboarding for me sometimes when you think about like I'm just driving down the street and I see some dudes with a cement truck or something. I'm like, damn, I know what that is now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
totally, yeah.
I'm always like giving shit to the dudes like doing the sidewalk. I'm like, how many bags did y'all mix for that? They're looking at me like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But that part of it, were you doing any DIY stuff out there?
Not really. I'm trying to think when like the whole DIY thing, you know, because it just popped off. All of a sudden, everything DIY.
After Burnside, it was just.
Yeah, but no, not even after Burnside. I'm saying like almost like border town around here.
Got you.
Is when it really was like popping off. We're like, if you take this, we're just gonna do it somewhere else, you know. And
you were at Border Town?
Yeah, I was like one of the dudes who heard about it and came to help. You know that was like Mo and Josh and those dudes and
DD Squirrel.
I mean, that was like I think it might be before DD and Squirrel.
Border Town?
Yeah.
Well, I know they were there for sure.
Yeah, I mean they were like kids.
Little kids,
for sure.
yeah. But that's like.
But like now, now they're nice with the
like,
concrete, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck, where's Squirrel, man? Sorry, I'm cursing.
Nah, I think it might be 10 minutes out. I mean, shit, where were you, man? Like, I was thinking like Squirrel getting late to work and being like, dude, like George on my ass about being a little late.
A little late. Stop it, we're not going there.
And I'm like, look at George coming late. He said 9 o'clock. It's 9:10.
You guys deserve it.
But last time I seen him, he was chilling. He was looking good, doing good. He had some crazy Squirrel story though about his car got stolen, and I didn't know it was like this. When your truck gets stolen or something gets stolen and it's in an impound, like you have to pay.
Yeah, it's like there's a fine for having your shit stolen.
It's crazy to me. So Squirrel was dealing with that, and I was like, of course, but Squirrel always got some shit going. But so were you always tripping on the board shapes and shit though? Like is that something that you were tripping on when you were younger? Like,
I thought you were gonna ask me about the DIY.
We
talk
gonna go
about
back and
that?
forth. Yeah.
Like, damn, I need to burn for this. This guy's got me going 3
Fire
lanes.
up. I ain't tripping.
Oh, we can do that, but we can't curse?
I think we're like 10 minutes in either way. I mean, dude, I'm doing this because I like doing these.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
tight to like make some dough off the shit. But
Sick. But
you,
I'd love to tell you about how the whole skate park thing started, because like when I was a kid, I would just build ramps and clutter my parents' driveway with it, and they'd be like, get rid of these things.
Oh, for sure.
So like really started with that, like stealing dad's tools and figuring out how they work to make like these things I see in the magazine, you know? And then Fred Smith had this skate park in Providence, Rhode Island called the Skate Hut.
Fred Smith, like the
Alva Pro, Fred Smith.
the Smith stop guy?
No, Fred
that's
Smith
somebody
was
else.
like, I mean, that's a whole nother story, but he was an Alva Pro,
Okay.
and he was badass. And he was, from Rhode Island, and he had an indoor skate park, and we'd all go skate there. And whenever they'd build stuff there, I'd always try to help out. And this dude Twister, who built a lot of work, he was doing like round wall out of wood.
So you were into the building and shit. Back
Yeah.
then.
So I
this
just
is
started like
yeah,
paying
yeah.
attention and like, picking up any skills I can.
Yeah.
And then my homie Sloppy Sam was like, you want to cut forms for my concrete company? And that was like the late 90s. And I was like, yeah. So I jumped in on concrete in that way. And all
But
just
and that
kinda,
wasn't
like,
that wasn't DIY. That was like
that was
a
just
real,
actually getting a job now. You know what I mean? But like,
That's the secret sauce to learn, and that's one thing I gotta learn is how to cut forms, because
yeah.
I'm always like, man, I want to get somewhere, I want to do something, woo woo, but it's like I still don't know how to cut forms, and I feel
Yeah.
like that's a very integral part if you want to be on a crew. Like you gotta learn how
Yeah.
to fucking cut a form.
Totally.
Yeah.
Just,
but
yeah,
I
practice.
feel like once you learn how to cut a form, it's like the whole idea of it kind of.
I mean, for setting up, you definitely have to cut forms,
That's
but
what I'm saying,
You've seen what we do at Bob's with no
For
forms.
sure. Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
for sure. But then I've also seen, go lay down somewhere. I've also seen Bod cut forms out of nothing.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, damn. I'm like watching how to do it, but it's just like the math and the radius.
Yeah.
It just always fucks with me. I can figure it out once it's put in there.
Yeah.
Help sculpt it down.
Totally.
I need to figure out the wood part. Seeing
You
Bod
gotta-
like that back deck behind the bowls now, that makes it to where the whole where you can stand up back there.
Yeah.
Just seeing Bod like solo revs every day down there, just doing all that shit. Was just
I remember when Bob started, like his first job was St. Helena.
sick.
Yeah.
He
Now
was
he's the
there?
man. Yeah, I was there. I was on that job. Yeah.
So what was your first job like? So you alright, boom. You
was in
you figured out some
Massachusetts.
concrete mathematician shit out there with the homies building ramps and shit. What's like the biggest ramp you worked on out there back home?
I mean, there was like a lot of indoor skate parks out there because you had to
indoor
fight the
skate-
winter.
Yeah.
So you build these like massive wood masonite, like 10,000 square foot skate parks and stuff.
So you had it locked in. By the time you got out here, you was like,
Yeah.
revved.
Yeah, and I already like my first concrete job was I don't know, some bunk ass town in Massachusetts or something.
Okay.
Sorry, town in Massachusetts, you're not bunk ass, but you know what I'm saying? I can't remember the
That's
name.
one of my first
Yeah.
jobs that I got paid for was Marshfield.
Oh man, Marshfield's sick. Yeah, but
Grindline, baby.
yeah, and trust me, I wasn't good on my first job. It was terrible. I'm like, you're paying me for this? But you learn by doing sometimes, right? You just keep dedicated your time to it and get better at it. Yeah.
When you first got out here, though, what job was that? I mean, what company was that you worked for out there? Like,
Well, it was like called New England Skate Parks, and then Sloppy Sam took it over, and it was then called Breaking Ground.
okay.
And we did like 12 years of work all over the country.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, so you was locked in with that crew for a minute?
Yeah, but you'd like, when they were slow, I would jump on with like Grindline or Dreamland or some private thing
Okay.
in somebody's yard, because you know how that goes.
What was the first Grindline job you jumped on? Was it back east?
No, it's St. Helena.
Oh, St. Helena.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Tight. And you were already out here, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd you even link that through?
I've done jobs like backyard stuff and like DIY stuff, helped out at Burnside once, so I knew the guys.
Okay, cool.
So, and like, the whole like, call up a crew of dudes like, hey, are you available this day? We're gonna do a bull in this guy's yard. Like, you can jump on, like, you've been on those, you know?
Yeah, a couple times.
Exactly.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
like that, you can really get in on shit that way, because if people see your work ethic or like you're nice at it, and
But
they'll
back
call
then
you
it was
for
a little
job,
more word of mouth though. Like now it's like kind of, I wouldn't say blown out,
Kind of,
But
yeah.
yeah, but like everybody can pick up a trial now. Like it seemed like back then it was a little more gatekeeperish for the right reasons, but not even like gatekeeper. Just like not that many people were into working,
Yeah.
building skate parks and shit like that. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean.
It seems like now it seems a little more gatekeeperish. Like like this crew and the money.
I mean,
and all of this.
I think back in the day there wasn't many companies doing it.
Exactly.
Dreamland, Grindline, a couple of smaller ones, California Skateparks or something, and that's that. So they weren't hiring. You know what I mean? They had their guys. Now it's like, you're right.
Word.
Maybe it's social media. Maybe a lot of people are getting on it, but there's tons of skate park companies. Everybody's hiring.
Mm-hmm.
Go learn how. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. I got into it over at Bob's. That's where I first learned, like,
That's a great place to learn, man.
doing it at all. I remember I was somewhere in the South and for some movie thing or something, and Timo was just like, "Get back, we need you." Bob's. I was like, I wasn't even called Bob's. It was just like, we're building something. I'm like, all right, cool. And there's something about just seeing the concrete, especially from bags, like.
Yeah.
Just being powder and then mixing water and then everybody shoveling and you get it up and like 2 days later somebody's blasting the air on it. It's like there's nothing that can really replace that feeling.
Yeah.
Unless you've done it before.
Yeah.
It kind of it's something you can just roll to the grave with. Like
I
know how to do that at least.
Well, yeah, but like it sounds corny, but like you just create in like universes. Like there was nothing there. Now there's something that you're skating on, and then Grant Taylor's there, fucking ripping.
Yeah.
And you're just like, that's because one day we put bags there, you know.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
Shout out to Mo. Shout out to you, dude.
Shout out to Mo for sure. Yeah. Bino, Ben.
All
Ben
that,
is so sick. Yeah. It was like tight having some heavy hitters who were out in that.
That's the thing about DIY around here. You got heavy hitters doing DIY with you, know exactly what to do, and just kind of pay attention. You know, you got like, I mean, Treasure Island is just like that's pretty much what Josh and Austin making that nice.
Oh yeah,
you know,
going off. Bro, we had to dump bags in the truck. One day, like into the concrete truck,
the giant mixer, yeah.
Yeah. And the dude was like tripping. The dude was like tripping on us because he was like, "What?" We were like, "Bro, we have the bags." And you
just forced him to do it.
He was over it. He was super over it, and we just started climbing up. Dude, that was like one hell of a workout.
Damn.
Carrying the bags up that skinny ass shaft.
80-pound bags up that ladder.
Yeah, and then busting it and like just getting soot all over his truck. He was just.
Oh man, he must have been tripping.
Not hyped. He was not hyped, but. Shit, we got it done now.
Yeah.
I like Treasure Island for the fact that it's just.
You got pros showing kids how to do it, and then they can go get a job with Grindline.
Straight up.
You know? But.
Straight up. So, yeah, Helena was your first Grindline job.
That was my first Grindline job. I think that was my first out west job, even. Maybe.
Oh, because you were.
Because that was all my stuff was East Coast. We did like a skate park in Detroit.
But were you living in California at that time?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I moved out here. Like, I actually tried to move out here in like the mid '90s, and then went back to Rhode Island. Then I came back in like 2003. So.
Yes, and then you just moved out here because you just wanted to live in Cali.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's SF, dude. You can just skate every day and fuck up. Sorry, I swear all the time, man.
I think we were past that. I don't give a shit. Wait, so was there ever a time where you were like flow company style, like getting some shit from somebody or something?
Yeah, I would say like flow, but not because people are expecting me to go anywhere with it, but it's like, all right, you're nice enough on a board. We're like, yeah, go ahead. And like, we're friendly. And like, I was more kind of like back end industry dude. Like I'd be building stuff or like.
Oh, because bro, you built the ramp when DJ was there, huh? Well, you built that ramp several times. Yeah.
I built.
You built Double Rock.
I built so Double Rock was in this one location, and then like seriously, like right before Fausto passed, he hired me to like move it to this new location and rebuild it.
Sick.
And then in the process, that's when he passed away. So damn. I know, right? It's so
I never
heavy.
got to meet the homie, man. God bless.
So rad. Yeah.
he seems so rad, dog.
I just locked in with that dude because like I'm from a Portuguese immigrant family, you know,
Okay.
and he's like Argentinian immigrant and stuff. And
Word.
I don't know if that was it, but yeah,
Hustling.
that dude was really cool. He like called me up and told me to go in his office, and I'd walk straight into his office. People would be like, "Who's this dude?" And just like, yeah, it's pretty funny, but yeah, he was a really rad dude.
Stuff like that is why I feel like, that's why I love skateboarding. Those little moments that you can't really explain to nobody who don't understand.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like, we're talking about it now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You probably
yeah.
talk about it with the homies and shit, but the outside world just can't understand that.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
But maybe they can relate, but this man who happened to be like running Thrasher was just like, I'm gonna give you this opportunity. What can you do? And
how did that even connect? Like, did he see you working somewhere?
I had
doing those roll-ins and.
No, that came
That was
after,
right?
Yeah. So like basically, I got hired to do trade show booths.
Oh.
And
like Agenda or what
was it, ASR? I think back then.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. He just took a shine to me, like my work ethic or something. I remember he invited me to dinner, and it was me, his son Tony, and Craig Stesick, and me, and Fausto. And I'm like, why am I at this table right now? You know, it was one of those moments, but it was sick. But so I built Double Rock, and I rebuilt it because they kept changing it and stuff, and then they had me doing a lot of the Buster Bales, and I was the roll-in for Wallenberg and stuff like that. So.
That's trippy. I helped tear out Double Rock. The
I know.
installation of it.
I saw the footage of you jackhammering.
Yeah. Shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, what's the odds?
Yeah.
Of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Well, it was concrete at that point in time too. But,
right.
So what's one of the gnarliest sessions you've seen at Double Rock?
Probably like the.
You ever seen Pete the Ox skate that thing?
No.
I wonder if he ever.
I don't know, but they had like some
down.
SOTY thing once where all the SOTYs were in town.
Oh, okay, tight.
And that was pretty nuts. It wasn't so much the SOTYs ripping; it was all the people trying to impress them, But yeah, but that's like the whole skate park side of things. And like what happened with Iris was when I wasn't on the road, I'd be like tinkering in my garage, and like the artist Hiroshi in Japan. Making them giant, like the Huff middle finger sculpture and stuff. Like that was like inspiration to use it as like a medium, What can I do with boards?
Yeah.
So I started making like, obviously skateboards.
Word. Yeah. But yeah, did you ever, like, all this time working on skate parks, all this time doing all this, was you ever like, is board shapes something you ever like geeked out on?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay,
I would always cut boards into other shapes.
Like this is something that started a minute ago. I mean, like before you.
Yeah, I remember like
Iris and shit.
I ruined boards that probably would have been worth like 10 grand. Like boards that you just have like, this Neil Blender coffee break board I had once that like.
Are you serious?
I'm not even kidding. I'm such an idiot. And this was like, I was just a kid though. But
pissing me off.
I was like, this shape's weird. And I remember I cut it into like a weirder small like 70 shape. I know.
You still even got
I'm
that?
I'm admitting to the world that I'm an idiot. Yeah, no, I don't even have that because it went in the garbage. But so many of us, we didn't know skateboards would be worth money back then. This is the late '80s, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was always cutting shapes out of things. Yeah, or making boards out of 2x4s. What was the
popular brand? Was GNS the popular thing on the East Coast?
I don't know. Back then it was always like Powell and Santa Cruz holding it down.
But was Neil as revered? How like we know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't even alive when the dude was.
Well, because the charisma
like back when they first started.
The charisma was always there. So like he stood out, and like even he would have like guest parts in Lance's part in the Powell video, and you'd be like that guy right there.
For sure.
But for me, it was his Speed Freaks part. If you haven't seen that, watch that whole video.
I have. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a Santa Cruz video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like you can't.
For the wheels though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't make skateboarding look more fun than that. That's it. That's what it needs to do.
Wait, isn't it like on that little ramp?
He's on a little ramp.
He starts off on a little ramp.
Gearing up for getting down.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Sadlands. And there's like a little skit, Yeah. Because of him, there's like that BAM stuff now, I bet. Because he did all those skits and shit,
Have you designed any boards for any companies? Like, have you cut a shape for a company?
When I do my collabs, I pick the shape. Yeah.
But before then, anybody ever let you in the back to like, what do you think about this?
No, I
shape
think
or some shit?
not really. I think one time, Rob Collinson from Low Card, one of his, he's a master of starting a brand.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I got this brand now. And all of a sudden, there's like, everyone's on it. You're like, dude, how do you do this? And he's like, I'm going to do like a zip zinger shape. So I was like, I got this. So I did that shape. But,
Oh, tight.
yeah. But nothing major. But I do pick the shapes when I do collabs and stuff. And that's always the funnest part.
When did it dawn, like, okay, like, what was the inspiration? Like, oh, you saying that the Japanese artist?
Yeah, he was the inspiration for like
but
doing
was he
stuff
doing
with-
skateboard stuff?
No, he was doing sculptural stuff,
Just
and like I'm
sculpture.
not trying to copy somebody. I'm just trying to like use skateboards as
Gotcha.
well as an artistic supply. And then I wanted to make a skateboard, so I made a flat one first, like a '70s one.
Or
And then I figured out how to make them into veneers, and I started pressing them. And
yeah, because that's what I kind of want to get into. So when you make the board you're talking about at first was a flat one with just a piece of wood, just like a.
yeah, like a '70s cruiser, it's just flat. There's not
straight
even a
flat,
kicktail, and if you put a kicktail, sometimes it's
But
just
what
a
was
wedge.
that, like some plywood or?
No, it was recycled skateboard. So I glued
so
the
you
boards
did-
together.
oh, okay.
Then I would slice it into like a ½ inch thick. And then I'd have to put cloth and resin to keep it strong or else it would split.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like the missing ingredient.
Or yeah, I gotta see you. I gotta come to the shop and see how that shit's done.
Yeah, man. But now
some
with the,
orders.
what's funny was that I was on the How It's Made show on the Science Channel. I don't know if
Oh,
you've ever
for real?
seen that. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what kind of like, that was a huge breakthrough.
Oh,
especially-
yeah, because you got hella followers and shit.
I mean, not
Is it
hella,
'cause of
especially
that,
by-
or- but
yeah, that's how.
that's
Because
kinda-
back in the day, like Instagram was kind of more slow growing, and so two things happened: How It's Made, and all of a sudden, like boom, you get like 20,000 followers.
Exactly,
And then
yeah.
Tony Hawk started buying stuff off me and posting about me, and it's like, here's 20,000 more,
More,
and then just stopped.
yeah.
Because I don't mess with that stuff in that way. I'm
Yeah,
not trying
yeah.
to build there. I'm trying to like stay in the now and in reality, and like if that reflects to social media, then cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But teach their own. Some people make money off that stuff,
I mean, making money, you got to spend money to make money, and then
Yeah.
to grow a business means you got to pay people.
Yeah.
There's a lot
but-
that comes with like just taking your instant fame and then
Yeah, this-
quantifying it. It's
Yeah.
not just like you can be like, oh, I got all this shit, and then let me just put in some stuff online.
But what always
Right.
pays is like
I hate when people kind of come at me like that. Like, you gotta get your store.
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta get your online stores. Like, that is a job
Yeah,
on
yeah,
top
yeah.
of a job.
Yeah.
You got any direction in that for me?
yeah.
Or just
People do it to me all the time, man. They all have the best advice, right?
yeah, and I love it. Because
Yeah.
it does get you fired up. Like, okay, you're right though. I do have this and that and the other.
Yeah.
And I do want to quantify things. So it's people kind of.
But you have like so much bandwidth. There's only so much you can do,
In a
and,
day.
and you want to enjoy your life,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
you want to follow your dreams, which I watch you do all the time.
For sure.
So respect,
For sure.
Yeah.
Same to you. That's why
That's what
I'm
it's
hyped
about.
sitting down with you because
Yeah.
it's just, it's like, we're like, we mirror each other. Everybody's like, we can see something in each other. And
Yeah.
like, you definitely do that because you really like skateboarding. And it just seems like from liking that and art and shit, it's like now you can quantify it. If you
Yeah.
know, like it's at your pace though. Kind of
Yeah.
like Max Schaff. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm sure he could probably be like cranking out a lot more whatever motorcycle shit, but he probably like
No, I love the
wants
way
to
Max
enjoy his
does it.
life and
Yeah.
maybe do some custom orders. and
It's
shit
like personal
that.
expression. Like you can give Max anything, and he's gonna express himself to it. It happens to be motorcycles and skateboarding, and we all get to benefit watching them, And
Exactly.
same thing with you, with like music and to the skate shop, and like dude, you have a stake in skateboarding in your own lane, dude. I love
Word,
it.
yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, it ain't,
Yeah.
it is my own lane. It's definitely because I've had homies be like, "Bro, you got the skaters," and then it's like, "Yeah, but the skaters I hang out with, like, we like to camp and like share beers and joints and shit. Like, it's not like the fancier, more like stand outside the store, for
Yeah.
the skate shit. Because that's what
Yeah.
sometimes that's what some Supreme kind of had make people think like that's what the skate world is sometimes.
Which is unrelatable to me, but what you're talking about is relatable. So it's all
Word.
about that. It's all about being relatable.
True.
You know, because if you tried to fit in that, like, and don't get me wrong, you fit in wherever you need to be.
Got to.
But like, if you were like, I'm gonna be like in the Supreme crew, it would be uncomfortable for you, you know. But
For sure.
if you needed to be there for a night, you'd rock the house. Am I
So
supposed
where
to
is
be
it
here?
like,
You're
yeah.
like, damn.
Do I
No.
want to keep coming
Yeah.
back here?
But like, Jake would do that, like, you know, one, he for his own entertainment, and two, he was good at bringing out people's authentic self, you know. And
true.
if he saw that you didn't belong, then get out of here, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it takes a lot. It takes. You have to put yourself on the line to be able to embarrass yourself like that. Because, you know, like, who the fuck are you to tell somebody what, you know? But if you're willing to put yourself on the line and be able to take it back, but like you're just doing it to make somebody realize, like, yo, go a little harder, and you're right there.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck it. You know, if you need, somebody's got to come ruffle feathers. You can't just have some spring chicken always hyping people up, you know? Like,
No,
there's only one Steve Van Doren, you know, and there's only one Jake Phelps, you know what I mean?
But like, some people are like, oh, he's chopping people down. Like, is he or is he giving you a chance to build yourself up? You know, it's how you look at it, you know? So there you go.
Yeah, because I've only felt like, damn, like, this old man, like, has seen a lot. So if he's taking time to, like, point anything out to me,
dude, yeah.
Okay,
but if he made it easy, then we'd be surrounded by kooks, man. Sorry.
Straight
we
up.
would be kooks. You know what I mean?
Straight up, yeah. I definitely appreciate, like, the P Stone, like, interactions I've had, because it's moments like that, dude, which, like, I'm doing my rap shit and I'm just going hard on it and whatever. I'm like, I had to quantify how it quantifies. But then Stone's like, oh, let me get some songs, put them on this edit. And I'm still thinking, like, these are the moments where I realize how impactful Thrasher is, and the family behind Thrasher is.
Yeah.
Multifaceted way, you know, because the song gets up on a thing, and then my fucking Bandcamp, this is like before Spotify was even rocking like that. You had to go and buy, like, something off Bandcamp if you really wanted to hear it right then and there. And fools was like, my Bandcamp's just going off, like, ding, 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 all day.
Sick.
You know? For the album, for a song, all the shit. And I'm like, this wasn't happening before the edit came out.
There you go.
And now it is, you know? And then, like, Stone coming to the clubhouse, and I'm like, damn, I got my little, whatever, like, PayPal card, because my Bandcamp was linked to that. And, like, we're chilling, and we're about to, it's just me and him. We're like, let's go to the fucking grocery store and get some shit to grill up or whatever. I'm
Dude.
like, for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to pull out my PayPal card with the money that I've made from the Bandcamp that he hooked me up with. And he's like, no, don't worry about it.
Oh, hell yeah.
I got you know what I'm just like, moments like that where I'm like, yeah, like, this dude, big respect in the world, and he's giving me ultimate respect that I haven't gotten from, like, close family members type shit. And then that's when it's like, this is how you really build a family outside of
he was one of those people who I learned that from too. Like, we're all family. This is community. I got you. I'm gonna feed you, because he knew, like, you get food involved first. We're all gonna be cool for eating, right?
All gonna be cool for eating.
And then of course beer. But no, man, I miss that dude a lot. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. But those moments though, that skateboarding is.
But dude, he did the formula too. His videos, he used to make these, like, videos. One was, man, what was this old videos called? Was it Mixed Nuts? Or is that like a Thrasher video by then? He had these old videos where it was just, he would just show up at spots and get, like,
shit, So what was the first, like, iteration of, like, when you knew, all right, I want to put these out to the people? Is it just like you did one?
Dude, it was almost like immediately, because I would, like, make a board and I'd go skate on it, and people were like, dude, what's that? Because it's like this rainbow going down the street because it's all colored plies. So that's why I called it Iris, because Iris is, like, rainbow in Portuguese. Okay. And it's also, like, you know, like, Nike is some, like, Greek god of winning or something. So I looked up, and Iris is, like, the Greek goddess of rainbows. I was like, this is perfect. So I used that, right? A lot of people are like, dude, that's hella soft and it's not you. And I'm like, it's the boards.
It's not, that's what's up. I like that, because I kind of have questioned it in my head, but it makes sense when I see the board and the name on it. Yeah. It's cool when you can, like, do something that's not super personally attached to who you are is something that can live on its own.
Yeah.
But it's ran by you, so it's
I know, it
you.
eventually, it's like you kind of can't outrun that. Eventually, it's you. That's why I kind of did this new show under my name. It's not an Irish show.
Word.
So it's like, I'm just going to start doing stuff under my name.
Ah, smart. Yeah, might as well, because you are the artist that's doing it. Yeah.
And I'm kind of going more into an artist direction, and like, you know, thanks to Jeremy Fish, there's a huge opportunity for him. Like, I've had shows before, but this was like my own show and like just weird effort in this direction that I just kind of like allowed myself to go in.
Yeah, what was the thought process in like just going plants and shit like that?
Because like I started looking at, like normally I look at my boards as lumber. I glue it together, I make it into furniture. And I started looking at as color. So I started separating it as colors, and I have so much green, dude. There's so much green ply and like skateboarding and stuff. And all my houseplants are dead, so I like made a houseplant. And then I went to the MoMA, and there's this giant plant wall, and I was like, oh, no way, I could do that with skateboards. I have so much green and like purple and other colors in nature, and then I just went off.
How was the reception? I mean, I've
it was sick.
It was sick. A lot of people showed up, right?
Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah.
That's tight, man. And like, cause is Fish is keeping that spot?
Yeah, he's got that spot. He's gonna show his own work now, like for a while, because he was letting our artists do it every month, and mine's the last one. So you know, shout out to Fish, dude. That dude rules.
Yeah, that's where I went to do. I did our interview over at his spot, and it was cool just hearing all the.
There's some history there, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Are people copping shit? Or like people?
Not at this show, which is funny because it's like I got probably the most like reception, like people really loving this stuff, but nothing sold. But like I've had shows sell out before that no one talks about. So I'll take it. I like showing the work. It's all about showing it, you know. For sure. Maybe I'll get a commission or something out of it.
Something, yeah. Have you done any commissions for like some skate parks or some shit like that? Like.
No, not really. Most of the stuff I've done has been like either furniture or all like.
Could you build a whole ramp out of?
Yeah.
You
totally.
could, huh?
Yeah, it's lumber, dude. You can build whatever you want. Yeah. It's like once you glue it up, you can cut it into like slabs, like 2 inches thick, or thin veneers. So the sky's the limit.
What's one of your favorite things to make?
Skateboards, obviously. I love pressing boards and doing the shapes. But like that Doom mask was my favorite thing I've ever made.
Word. That thing went too, right? Like that.
Yeah.
People were hyped on that shit.
Big time. Yeah.
What was it? Wait, so was that a Doom? That was the thing that's on the Valencia Street?
Yeah, they did like a tribute, like fundraiser for the Doom estate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fire.
On Doom Day, that was sick.
Yeah. I remember I popped in over there. It was just mayhem.
Yeah, man. The energy that day was wild. But that's my favorite thing I made. But you know, the Vans waffle soles, like 4 foot tall waffle soles that I made on a CNC machine, those were pretty sick.
Damn.
But I didn't like working with CNC machine. I like just working with my hands more than like getting on a computer.
What's a CNC machine? You ain't getting away from that.
I know, I talk like everyone knows what everything is. It's just like, basically, it's like a router head that has like an arm that's controlled by a computer, and you go into the software and it just cuts where you tell it to. So it can do complex patterns that like you would lose your, imagine like doing a waffle sole by hand, like you'd lose your mind.
It's gnarly.
And it would not be perfect, but like a CNC can do that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I kind of like was like, oh, I want to get into computers. No, I don't.
You ever done a surfboard? There's too much wood.
I did do a surfboard. I've done like a dozen surfboards, but you do like a veneer on top, and you glue it to the foam, and then you wrap it in that.
Okay.
Which it helps with like, you know, the strength of the top of the deck because you're stomping on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rad.
I like doing those, but dude, surfboard shaping is a whole different ballgame, man. Yeah, that's a whole different art. You have to really delve into that stuff. So I would work with shapers rather than try to like pretend to be one, you know.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But.
So when's the next art show? You're just gonna let this one breathe for a second, right?
Well, this one's up till December 1st.
Oh, that's
and then
fat.
I got some offers at other galleries in the city, so I'm gonna keep.
To just put your stuff in there, or to do a solo show?
Do another solo show.
That's rad.
Yeah, and then Minna has like some group show in April around skateboarding that I just got an email about, so I'm excited about that.
Minna's always doing some rad shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I never.
I wonder if what came first at Minna, like Deluxe and everybody doing art shows there, and then them seeing if that works, or if they had already been doing a bunch of art shows.
Oh man, that place has been there a minute, so yeah, I don't know.
111 Minute is that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Is it a bar?
I think it's a bar, an event space, and a gallery.
Oh, that's what it is,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I just always go there for when it's art
Shows and stuff, yeah, or art shows.
But then I have been in there for like hip hop shows and shit too, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a sick ass event space. It's been there for a while, and then it's right up the street from the academy.
Yep.
So I'm sure, they just been doing it up.
But dude, I just got some products in the MoMA in the store.
Damn.
Yeah, right?
Like what? Like
skateboards, and then they want to like develop a product like to sell. Like I'm thinking a desk lamp or something. Like that's huge.
Yeah, because you can do the wood, and they got to figure out all the other shit.
Well, I pretty much do everything, but when you work with them, there's a lot of departments, but basically I'm gonna make skateboards that say Iris MoMA on them, which is huge.
That's fire.
Right? And it's gonna be sold online and in the store, so like that's huge. We'll see where that goes, but that's like the next big
And like
swing.
what? You got an agent or somebody? How the hell did the MoMA hate you?
Dude, because networking, man.
Yeah, nah, for real,
No,
bro.
for real. Kevin Convertito used to work at Thrasher, now works at MoMA,
Okay.
and then hit me up.
Boom.
That's what it is.
Boom,
Same
boom,
reason I'm
boom.
sitting on this couch. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
That's fire, dog.
yeah, man, keep creating universes, man.
Yeah. I feel like we could wrap it up on that, bro.
There you go.
That's a testament to fucking just art in itself and skateboarding, and then the art that skateboarding produces, which is like
And the perseverance that skateboarding teaches you.
Yeah.
You don't like, oh, I'm gonna do a kickflip. All right, now I did that. No, you fall like 7,000 times before you do a kickflip.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with your life. Same thing with like rapping and acting and everything you do. You know.
100%. Yeah. I can get a song done pretty quick, but it's like now it's at that point where trying to figure out what to do with the song, how to move with the song.
Yeah.
Am I just doing it just to do it, or is somebody like, am I collabing? Like
You
it's
have
more
to get
fun
people to listen to it because your shit's awesome. So
sure.
more people just need to hear it, man.
Just need to hear it. Yeah. Straight up. Straight up, man. Well, shit, dog.
Sick, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you coming through. Irish Skateboards, my homie George Roca, Hongry Angry, all that wrapped in one. And we're done.